Of like, my perspective is the truth. That's how comedy works. Like, if you don't find it funny, it's not fucking funny. The majority of people don't find it funny, then it's really not funny. So as you see, that's why Pisces themes and Sagittarius themes come up in comedy, because it's like about the witness, it's about the audience, it's about interactions with the audience. It's a performance with no fourth wall, right? As well, he does a lot of crowd work. There's a lot of truth in comedy. There's a lot of philosophy and meaning in comedy. It's about perspectives, right? So much comedy is just perspective, shifts in perspective, right? If one person thinks it's funny, it's a joke still. That depends on who's watching. That depends on who's witnessing the joke. That also depends on context. Pisces has a lot to do with context as well. Everything's interconnected. Jim Carrey takes me out all the time. Jim Carrey is great. A lot of his comedy is very physical. It's a hard thing to do to physical comedy. I love my Jupiter and Pisces, but I'm not funny. Where's your Chiron? That is subjective interpretation. Maybe that's why you feel like you're not funny. And Pisces rising funny? I mean, sometimes. I don't think he's funny to begin with. But it's mainly women just thinking he's hot, and he knows that. At least he's sort of self-aware, but like not in the right way, not to his benefit, unfortunately. Like, he just only sees what's wrong with the picture, but can't fix it in the right way. Ooh, for a Virgo not to be able to fix it. Ooh. People just think he's handsome. I think that's pretty much it. And now people are like, well, I don't like your personality now, so kind of ruin the handsomeness, because so much of women's gaze is like your emotional intelligence and self-awareness. So like, if they realize he doesn't have those things, it kind of pops the illusion of you being handsome. You can't take a joke which is bad as a comedian. Yeah, that's definitely not funny. And the fact that he needs men to laugh at him also kind of comes through. Like, I think one of what makes a comedian funny a lot of times is like the audience. You don't need the audience to laugh at you. For some reason, that's like a part of your performance, is like embodying, like, I don't need you to laugh at me. I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna do. Like, you have to stand up there very confident in what you're doing, you know? He's desperate for validation. Yeah, that's why I think that's a huge reason why he's not funny. If you need any validation that bad, especially from a specific group, people aren't gonna think you're that funny. Like, it's not gonna go that far with men. But yeah, he needs like a lot of validation, and that's kind of his whole problem. A real comedian finds himself funny. I would say probably, yeah. Like, if you should find what you're saying funny, but at the same time, if other people don't find it funny, like, you're bad at your job. You're bad at your job. Like, yes, us as individuals, something being funny to us, it's funny to you. So that's why people, when they say, like, oh, if someone laughed, it's funny, is kind of misinformed and an incomplete picture of the truth. Is like, Who are his friends? Who are Matt Rife's friends? Clearly they're not that. Let's pull up his birth chart. We're already fucking here, right? And also the fact that he made the joke about astrology girlies and in such poor fashion. It was like the lowest hanging fruit he could have gone for. And we're like I can laugh at like people making fun of this part of this community, this demographic. I can laugh at people poking fun of any part of my demographic, especially the spirituality part of my demographic, because that shit is hilarious to me. Hysterical. Like, if it's a good joke, it's a good joke. I will laugh. I've laughed at plenty of people making fun of the astrology girlies, the astrology bros. It happens all the time. But the joke that he made just simply was not funny. It's not good. It's not clever. You're a Virgo. Can you please Virgo a little harder? All right? Use that big brain. Use that analytical mind. But what he was aiming for, again, in an audience, is also low-hanging fruit, which is like misogynistic white men. That's like the primary stand-up comedy demographic, is straight white, heterosexual, cisgender men. That's the primary audience. He's not reaching me, and rightfully not, because I imagine a lot of people, even of that demographic, don't find him that fucking funny. So, like, that group, but then everyone who has an IQ below, like, 90. You know? Like, misogynistic people with an IQ under 90, cishet white men. American. Like, you know? He's not doing anything special with comedy, right? Not doing anything special with comedy. At all. Matt Rife astrology chart. Don't forget to like the live, share, and follow, guys, if you're new in here. Almost all of my services are 30% off right now. This is the last day of the sale. If you want a mini reading, they're $15 for 5 minutes. Also, I have merch. Check that out through the link in my bio. The lore of the merch is deep. All right. What did I do to my face? I put a little bit of a filter on, I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie, I'm not wearing any makeup, but I do have a filter on, so my skin is broke the fuck out, and I'm not happy about it. All right. Taurus rising, Aries moon. How is he an Aries moon and then needing public approval? He's not quite going through a Saturn return yet, but it's coming. Because he's still like not feeling the weight of his failure yet, and that's what a Saturn return is gonna give, is like a reevaluation of his career. And also he has Saturn retrograde, so this is the retrograde part of his story right now, and then the return is gonna be maybe, hopefully, I hope he can redeem himself. That would be a cool story. Like, oh yeah, what we really want to see as a society, and people just forget this, is that comeback stories, first of all, good comeback stories just seem to not exist anymore. But remember this, when you fuck up publicly, always remember that a good comeback story can erase a lot of what you did. A lot of what you did. Maybe not for everybody, but for most people, they'd be like, we respect you for righting your wrong as much as you could. Some people can completely right their wrongs. Some wrongs can't be completely undone. Or maybe ever. But trying to do good afterwards and publicly saying, like, I'm going to do better, and here is what I'm going to do to show it,